How do you deal with the mental self-image change after losing a lot of weight? I don't like the fact that people have a more positive look of me now that I've lost weight. I think that's fucking disgusting. I think I'm the exact same person. All that I've done is I've won a mental battle. I finally won after 3, 4, 5, 10, 15 years of struggling with an eating disorder and struggling with my own mental instabilities and struggling with my own depression and ADHD issues. People are now thinking that I'm like it's okay if you're like, dude, congrats on like beating that shit. Like, congrats on the weight loss. Congrats on that. That's fine. But it's like I feel like I've had more people like treat me better now that I've lost weight, and it's like I don't see you in a more positive light. If that makes you feel better, thank you, Glassel. I appreciate that. I really hate the impulse in my mind to judge people who are severely overweight. It's hard to silence the thoughts, but you recognizing that is the first step to being better. So it's fine. You are a better person than most. Trust. As a former fat person, we should absolutely tell someone who is fat to lose weight without pity. Wrong. Nope. Wrong. Nope. Nope. Maybe that would benefit you, but for somebody who is struggling severely with their own image, you don't have to be mean about it. No, no, no. How you say it is not how things are perceived. For instance, I work in a world where I read your messages every single day in text form. Sometimes people say things that they mean to be a joke, but because it comes across in text form, I don't interpret it in the same way. The same can happen through verbal or calls or any sort of interaction that you have with somebody else. There's many people that interpret things in very different ways, and sometimes you are saying them in a way that you don't want it to come across, but you're trying to mask it as coming across in a certain way. You're going to tell me that you've never meant something and you're like kind of angry at somebody about something. Let's say that this person does something repeatedly that upsets you, and then you want to say something to them about how it upsets you, but you don't want to come across as being upset, so you say it in like a half-hearted way of like, listen, like, no, it's cool, but like, dude, can we please just maybe sometimes not be revving our engines so loud at 3 a.m.? Like, it's like a silly little thing, but like you are actually being serious, right? But you say it in a joking manner, because the same can go across where you say it in a serious manner, where you're trying to come across as affectionate and nice in understanding, but then it does come across as you are judging them. You are saying that you are better than them because you've done it. So therefore, because you've done it, you can all of a sudden just tell everybody without a doubt that they can then do that thing. It's like COVID-19. COVID-19, what was the thing that we were mad at all the Republicans about? The spreading of misinformation, sure, was one thing, but the main thing that was always fucking pissed me off more than anything is when they said, no, I beat it. It was just a cold for me. Therefore, it should be easy for you. But you know for a fact that so many people got put on ventilators and so many people fucking died and so many people had underlying conditions that made the disease worse for them, or they had a fucking unlucky break. They had something go wrong in their life. They had something that compounded it. My own fucking grandmother died from COVID because she had cancer, and it re-triggered her cancer to flare back up, and so then she died because of it. So yeah, beating it was a little bit harder for her, and beating it is the same thing with weight loss is harder for some other people. So just telling them, oh, you're fat, you need to lose weight, that's going to be healthier for you. Yeah, motherfucker, we know that. Every fat person in this fucking chat knows that if they lost weight, they would probably be healthier. They don't need you to fucking tell them that. What they need is for you to support them when they decide to make a decision that betters their life, to be there for them, and for when they come to you and be like, yeah, I'm trying to make some better eating habits. I'm trying to go to the gym more. You say, dude, you need a gym buddy? I'm there for you. Yo, dog, you need me to check in on you, make sure you're doing all right? I'm there for you. You need me to help you meal prep on Sunday so that you can eat some lean chicken throughout the week? I'm fucking there for you. That's what they need. When they're ready, they're going to ask you for help. But until then, you don't know the fucking battles that they're going through, dog. That shit's up here. Most of the fucking weight loss, it isn't physical, man. Most of the shit that ends up being physical, it's all up here, bro. In your battle, I'm so glad that you beat your battle. I beat my battle, and I'm fighting it every day. But you don't know what fucking battle they're going through, dog. You have no fucking idea what battle they're going through. You got no goddamn idea. So go ahead and backpedal. It's fine.
My friends unintentionally shaming me for being fat caused me to be less social and harmed my weight loss journey significantly.
And that happens more often than you think. You know who should tell that person? You know who maybe should be the person that you should let offer some weight loss advice? Doctors. when they go to the fucking doctor that maybe their doctor should be like, hey, would you like to make some healthier lifestyle changes that could benefit you in the future? Maybe the doctor should do it, dude. I didn't mean like I call them out. And then I don't know what the hell you meant, man, but I'm going to call you out because what you said was dumb as hell. I was like 100 kilos, and the only thing that got me out was a friend telling me I needed help rather than people telling me I still look good and needed that. So, I mean, don't lie, but you can absolutely tell someone the truth without being an asshole about it. Yeah, your situation was different, but your situation is not what every situation is. That's what I was trying to get across to you, is that what worked for you is not going to work for most people. What worked for you, I'm so happy that it worked for you, man. I really am. Like, I'm so glad that you have tackled your addiction, your weight loss, your issue.
I had a doctor tell me I was beyond help and should call my 600-pound life. I've since lost 180 pounds and am under 600 for the first time in 5 years.
We're going to have to rename you to medium bowler soon, big bowler. We're going to get a name change. I feel like a lot of people think about how things apply to them and don't apply to everybody. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing of like a friend of mine. So we helped a friend move last weekend before the tournament. And August came, and August had some back pain, so she wasn't helping lift heavy things. She was being the Tetris operator in the truck and like telling people where to put things in the U-Haul and stuff like that. And then another friend showed up, and they also had back pain. And like so many people, as soon as like people start talking about back pain, they're like, oh, have you tried this? Oh, have you tried this? Oh, have you done this thing? And it's like, I'm just sitting there like, yep, every single person that they've talked to in their life over the last 3 days while they've been going through their back pain have decided to probably mention their own backseating health benefits, when in reality they just want you to go, damn dude, if you need any help, let me know. Damn dude, if you think anything would help you and I can help out with that, I'm here. If you need any tips for what I went through, I'm down. Hey dude, if you think my Theragun would help you, I got you.
GLP medicine made me realize typical people don't experience hunger/satiety the way I have for most my life, and they will never be able to truly understand.
Dude, it's like crazy. Like, so in the middle of the day, almost every day, still to this day, I get aggressively hungry around like 2 hours from now. Right? Like 2 hours from now, I get like aggressively hungry. And sometimes I'll have like a little bit of popcorn on stream because it just like helps put some food in your stomach and it makes it go away. But like if I don't address it, I usually get like sweats from how aggressively hungry my body gets. And it's just like, sick, bro. Thanks. I just get just some fucking midday fucking hunger. And so like I've learned that if I eat just like 200 calories, that it usually calms down. But in the past, that was like me thinking, oh shit, I need a meal right now. I need a meal. I need a whole ass fucking meal. But like I didn't. It's just my body just is producing hunger chemicals, but doesn't actually need any additional calories. And now I've taken an RMR test and I've learned that I need 1,200 calories in a day in order to lose weight. I'm eating fucking cardboard and bubble gum. Bro can only think about the concept of food. I'm fucking SpongeBob filter feeding, man. I'm trying to lose weight and I have a hard time trying to eat less. People just keep saying eat less, like if it's that simple. You know what I found, Victor, is so intermittent fasting is something that a lot of people will tell you has like any sort of benefit on you actually losing weight. Like it increases your thermogenesis. Fuck all that shit. I did intermittent fasting for one reason. I'm a snacker. I'm a big snacker. I'm a person that if I'm in the kitchen, I'm going to grab a handful of goldfish. I'm going to grab a couple of nuts. I'm just going to put something in my fucking mouth. And so what I did was I intermittent fasted because I found that the later in the day that it got, the harder that it was for me to say no to a snack. But I was really fucking good in the morning. And so I told myself that I wasn't going to eat for the first like 4 to 5 hours that I was awake. And then by the time that it was that 4 to 5 hours, it was like 30 minutes before stream. I used to stream a little later, or I got up earlier and I used to stream a little later. And so by the time I would have like a little bit of food, it would then be time to stream, and then I would stream, and then I would get off, and I would only have like a few more, like an hour or so left to eat, and then I would have this block at the end of the day so it was just like these 2 blocks where I'd have to resist snacking, and it just works so much better for me. Dude, I understand that fucking, it's like truly you have to like retrain your entire fucking body. It's so crazy. Give me a sunflower seed. Dude, sometimes, man, Fucking fruit, man. Fruit is so goated for that too. Because fruit is like so thick, but it's so much water. Like I had like half a watermelon yesterday. And it's so much fiber too. Type shit, man. Also, don't sleep on nuts. Don't sleep on nuts. People say that nuts are like really calorically dense. There is a lot of science that says that we might not fully absorb all of the calories from nuts because they're so complex. But either way, man, like 5 nuts, like legitimately 5 nuts can keep you full for like 2 hours. I love nuts, man. Also, just like a big gulp of water sometimes. My biggest thing too is like, we're like dogs, right? Whereas like, what time do I feed Hardy Boy? I feed him at 5 p.m. But if I feed him at 5 p.m., that means that at 4 o'clock, he starts to ask for his din-din. Because that's the way your body works, right? Your body is like an engine where it has to like warm up to the idea of food. It doesn't just hit 5 and then you're all of a sudden, it's food time, right? So like if you're normally eat at 5 p.m., your body starts to turn on the food chemicals at like 4:30. And so you start feeling hungry. And then it's like really fucking hard to like not snack as you're like walking into the kitchen and the meal smells good and you start you just you have like a little snack while the dinner's starting to finish being cooked and just like a giant swig of water, dude. Oh my god. Just fucking gulp down half a water bottle and you'll just feel full for like 30 full minutes, man. Shredded cheese hates to see me coming. Absolutely. Oh my god. Just wanted to say finally had some Kettlehead popcorn. That jalapeno cheddar is 10 out of 10. Fuck yeah, man. It's actually why I took the Kettlehead sponsor too. I found Kettlehead and I was like currently on my weight loss journey. I was like at the beginning of my weight loss journey. And like I'm a huge snacker. And I learned that I'm a snacker because I'm an oral fixator. I have Tourette's. So like constantly touching my face and like facial movements is like huge for my Tourette's. It's part of my tics. And so like I'm an oral fixator, and it's like you ever watch the Fast and the Furious movies, right? You ever watch the Fast and the Furious movies? Han in Fast and the Furious, he's constantly popping snacks. And at one point they're always asking like, why do you eat so many calories? And he was like, I used to be a smoker. And like constantly as a smoker, you're putting things to your mouth. And like that's what I learned is by snacking, it gives me that oral fixation. And so then with Kettlehead popcorn, it's such a low-calorie snack that I can eat enough that I feel like I get that oral fixation out. It has nothing to do with how full I am. It has nothing to do with the amount of calories that I'm eating. It has nothing to do with any of that. My body wants a certain amount of things being put from hand into mouth.
Hi for opening this subject. I think I needed to hear this because I am down weight but am at a plateau because of my fear of perception and judgment.
You know what, Nixter, can help sometimes, man? It's getting off your diet for a week. Genuinely. It helps mentally. It helps it helps with your body not adapting to the amount of calories that you're eating. Sometimes your body can adapt. And like then you just can have like a nice fun week. Eat a little bit extra food, eat some fun food. That's another thing, dude. Making sure that you're not cutting out the shit. Have some fucking fun, dude. Fuck cheat days, by the way, too. I hate cheat days. I'm trying to lose weight right now, but it's hard with my schedule, being that I work from 6 p.m. to 1 to 2 a.m. almost every day, and I feel so hungry when I'm home, but I know that I shouldn't eat. That's why people are getting on GLP-1s, man. That's why people are straight up getting on GLP-1s, is because GLP-1 just straight up turns off your body's hunger desire. Like, it just... Why are cheat days bad? So there's this, when I was a swimmer, it was like we had to train 6 days a week, 4 hours a day. And on 2 days a week, you would train like 6 hours a day, right? And even in the off seasons, when there wasn't any swim meets, we would still try to get in the water and just stay warm, right? You wouldn't want to take off days, because if you take off days, they would say that your body, when you take a day off, it takes 2 to 3 days of training for every day off that you take. And it's kind of the same way with a cheat day, where like your body, when you're in a caloric deficit, is in a different mode. It like switches to a different mode where it knows that when it needs extra calories, it eats your fat, right? It eats your fat stores. And that's why when you start on a diet, you can have like a small amount of bloating when you start on a diet, and you can take a while to start losing weight because your body's like, we're just expecting more calories. Where the fuck are the calories? We're just going to keep sending hunger signals because you need to give us your calories. And then eventually it learns like, oh, we should eat the fat stores. Okay, we'll stop sending hunger signals. You start losing weight like fucking crazy. When you get on a diet and it's like after you get over that like first week or two and the weight starts to come off, it gets easy for a bit. If you have like a normal non-medical issue, if you're just like a normal average human, when you get on the diet, it gets fucking easy if you stay on that diet to lose the weight, right? But when you have a cheat day, it's like, oh, you go from eating 1,200 calories a day to like 2,500 calories a day. Your body immediately stores that. But what happens is when your body is getting rid of fat stores, what it is they're not deleting. So there's these little fucking hotel rooms, right? And they're not deleting the hotel rooms. They're just closing them. And that's why a lot of people, whenever they lose a bunch of weight, they have excess skin, is because those fat hotel rooms are still there. They're just not being filled up. So it's basically like you have a bunch of balloons inside your body, but they're just squeezed closed, right? They're just squeezed and they're empty, but the balloons still exist. So it gets really easy if you eat a surplus of calories for that extra food to have somewhere to go. Because it's really fucking easy for your body to just switch modes and be like, yep, fill back up the hotel rooms. We got vacancies. So that's why it's really easy for people to yo-yo, because it's easy to get back to where you were after you've lost a significant portion of weight, because it's really, your body doesn't delete the fat stores. And so if you have cheat days, it will usually cost you about like 3 to 5 days for you to then lose the weight that you then just gained temporarily. And so although it's going to come off naturally and you're still going to slowly lose weight over time, it can be a big mental load. But what I just find, man, is like, just eat whatever the fuck you want. Just keep it within your calories. And I know that can be hard to track calories, and tracking calories is something that's extremely difficult. I've used apps. I've used various different things. I go off vibes these days. I fuck tracking your calories super hard. But it's basically, if I know that I want to go have a night in getting a triple dipper with the boys at Chili's, I'll just fast throughout the day. And make sure that when you fast, obviously you eat some lettuce, because your body over time, when you fast, your stomach will contract, so it makes it harder for you to then consume calories later on throughout the day. So you eat lettuce to keep your stomach expanded. It's virtually 0 calories, whatever. But I'll just fast throughout the day, knowing I'm going to get on my shit with the boys later. And then you don't overeat for the day. And dude, nothing feels fucking better. I'll say this. Nothing feels fucking better. Nothing feels better than having a good night, eating a piece of chocolate cake, and waking up and the scale says the exact same number or slightly less than it did the day before. That makes you feel like you fucking won the fucking game, dog. Holy fucking shit. When I know that I've got 1,500 calories of cheese inside my stomach, but that's all that I consumed yesterday, and that scale is showing the same number as the day before, I'm like, my God, I am literally a fucking holy being. I highly, highly recommend calorie tracking super hard for like 2 to 3 weeks, which will permanently build an intuition on how to manage your day. Yeah, no, I mean, I track calories for a little bit. I also think that if you have the availability of an RMR test, resting metabolic rate test near you, they're usually pretty cheap, like $50 to $60. You go and you breathe into a tube for like 10 minutes, and it tells you how many calories you eat, your body will expend throughout the day on average. And I learned that mine was about 1,700. So mine is really fucking low, because the average is 2,000. So that means that some people have to be above average, and some unlucky motherfuckers have to be below average. I'm the unlucky guy. And so when I was like struggling to lose weight, and it would like hurt me mentally that I was eating less calories than I was before, and I was like, what the hell? I went from 3,000 to 2,000. Why am I not losing weight? My biggest issue with cheat days was about relapsing. It's easy for a cheat day to turn into 10 and then 20 cooking and grocery shopping. That's another thing, dude. Yeah, you have a fucking cheat day, but what comes from a lot of cheat days? Fucking leftovers. And then you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh my God, an entire Domino's pizza is sitting in my fridge because we ordered one too many and my friends and I couldn't eat it. I guess I'm eating Domino's pizza for the next 3 days. You can eat the same amount of calories but move more. There's actually a lot of studies on that. You should look into it, Arturo, that your body adapts over time. So an increase in exercise is really good for losing weight. An increase in exercise is good for temporary weight loss. But there's some studies that have been done of people over in like third world countries that walk like 3 to 6 miles a day and like are carrying things for their markets and stuff like that. That they burn the exact same amount of calories as somebody that every single day sits in an office chair like me and farts around on the internet for a living. It's because your body adapts. Your body is really fucking good at adapting. So long term, it's straight up just calories in, calories out. Your body can adjust to a workload really fucking well. Bodies are fantastic machines. Working out is amazing for everything else, though. It's great for building habits. It's great for heart health. Great for, cycling out, if you eat a bunch of garbage, cycling out all that butter from your system. There's like 1,000 good things about working out, and highly recommend it. Highly recommend doing movement and shit like that. Just walking, dude, is so good. But yeah, it doesn't do a lot in terms of consistent weight loss. Working out is not incredible for consistent weight loss. It's just good for maintaining habits and heart health and body health and other types of health. Doesn't your base metabolic rate keep changing constantly? Yeah, that's why it's an average. Some people judge me for being overweight, but before I got hit by a forklift at work, I did local lifting competitions, and the closest town was deadlifting 650. So I need some fat to protect my muscles, so when they would find out that magically my weight wasn't too much of a damn problem. It's crazy how things work. Yeah, dude, some people are just different. Some people are just fucking, like, I've always been a stocky guy. I've always been like this. I've always been a little fucking Roblox character. So for me to like get down to this weight has been like the first time since I was like 14 that I've weighed 150 pounds.
He's an arsonist on a noble quest to escape the wrath of the IRS. He's got conflicting positions in the endless fight for queer folks, animal and tenants' rights. He uses his Tesla to flatten old ladies, and he's marrying someone so out of his league that it's crazy.